Former GOP Lieutenant Government launches campaign against Dem Governor EversRebecca Kleefisch says that the state needs better policing, higher educational standards and good-paying jobs. EXCLUSIVE. Former Wisconsin Lieutenant Governor Rebecca Kleefisch on Thursday formally announced her 2022 campaign for governor, launching a Republican challenge against Democratic Governor Tony Evers. 1 year ago, Kenosha burned while Tony Evers failed to lead, the former lieutenant governor claimed at the top of her video. Walking down a Kenosha, Wisconsin, street where some businesses remain boarded up, Kleefisch argued that lives were lost and small businesses were burned because our governor sided with rioters instead of the people of this community. Kenosha, a city in southeastern Wisconsin, grabbed national attention in August of last year after Jacob Blake, a black man, was shot by police, sparking violent street protests including the looting of stores and the burning of buildings. In the following weeks, both then President Trump and now President Biden made separate campaign stops in Kenosha, which became a flashpoint during a spring and summer rocked by protests and violence from coast to coast over police brutality against minorities and the nation's history of racial inequity. Kleefisch, who served 8 years as Wisconsin's lieutenant governor in former GOP Governor Scott Walker's administration, vowed that as governor I will fight for you. I'll stand with law enforcement to keep your family and your neighborhood safe, hiring more cops and deploying police into high-crime areas. Kleefisch charged Evers with weak leadership in his handling of the COVID crisis, boosting an economy severely deflated by the coronavirus pandemic, and on getting kids back in school and preventing a year and a half of learning loss. This is going to be a theme, she emphasized. Tony Evers is a weak leader and Wisconsin deserves better. Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers awaits to address the virtual Democratic National Convention at the Wisconsin Center on August 19, 2020 in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. In her video, Kleefisch also criticized the Democratic governor for what she claimed was his caving to special interests and liberal extremists. And she vowed to ban sanctuary cities and deploy our National Guardsmen to help secure the southern border and fight to keep our elections safe and secure, so you know your vote counts. Evers, a former school teacher and administrator who won an election for 3 terms as Wisconsin's superintendent of public instruction, narrowly defeated Walker in 2018 as the Republican incumbent ran for re-election to a 3rd straight term as governor. The campaign launched by Kleefisch, a former reporter and TV anchor who was a first-time politician when she successfully ran for lieutenant governor in 2010, was no surprise in Wisconsin. Last week she filed paperwork to run for governor with the state's Ethics Commission and earlier this week sent a notice to supporters that she'd be making a special announcement. "We're really leaving no stone unturned," she said. "I want to seek out every heart and every mind because I don't think it's going to be enough to simply say vote against Tony Evers. He failed, even though he has. I think that we will also make our claim by saying vote for us. We have better ideas and a much more aspirational vision for this state." That's not a sentiment shared by Democrats. The Democratic Governors Association argued that a Kleefisch administration would be disastrous. Kleefisch would drag Wisconsin back to the era of Scott Walker, the last thing Wisconsinites need as they recover from the pandemic. DGA Executive Director Noam Lee charged. And Lee touted that Evers has been a steady, bipartisan leader and has always put science and common sense first with the pandemic, even as Republicans in the legislature fought to undermine him.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.